And we're back. It's not a lot of memory on the camera, Marcus. Don't just stare at the camera long.
What?
Like, hi, Mom.
Oh, we're doing shout outs?
I like long walks on the beach.
Hi, Sebastian. How you doing?
All right, episode 74. Let's talk about some wire connections. Let's see what we got. Polaris slugs.
Polaris slugs.
We got some of those right there.
A couple of Polaris slugs that...
Give them an up close. You know how to do it. No.
No, that's not it?
I don't know. Is it, wasn't it?
It's like, it was questionable. My hand was all open.
You were, well, it looked like you were doing, oh shit.
Yeah, that thing burnt up.
Looked like you were going like this.
Oh.
Like you weren't getting
Well, you couldn't see it.
Where'd you find this?
Up on a roof junction box for a solar system. The box got water in it. Box got water in it, filled with water, and started burning up the connectors.
Why did the box get water in it? This could happen also just with a loose connection.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you want to make sure that you're putting those things down tight.
Yep. All.
We
get
use
enough stripped off of the wire.
We use these all over the place.
100%. Yeah. You got to get enough stripped off of the wire, and then just make sure that you tighten. Oh, I can't even get this. It's
my
close.
guess is it wasn't in a weatherproof box. It was on a project we didn't do.
No, we didn't do it. We didn't do the install.
But we fixed it. We got them back up and running.
Yeah, we replaced the box. We replaced a good amount
and
of
they
the
were
wire.
Like, oh, horizontal man, you're my hero. This is what we call Polaris lug. You know, it's just a what's the word I'm looking? Mechanical. It's a mechanical lug of of types. It's sealed. It's fully enclosed, so you don't have to worry about that being exposed to the elements versus just a mechanical lug.
Right. This is a 3-barrel, so you put 3 wires inside of that one, connect together.
Yeah, and they make different sizes for different wires. And you also want to make sure that when you're using them, you're using the right type. So like this one is good for 14 gauge up to number 4. So you don't want to use gauge outside of that range for these type of connectors, but we use these all the time, for a bigger, pretty much where we can't put a wire nut. Almost looked like that could have been a wire nut. Oh, it's solar though.
Yeah, we use Polaris slugs quite a bit for stuff. We just don't want anything, getting loose in a wire nut, possibly.
Well,
so
if you put it on right, it won't happen.
Right. But lots of heat up there on the roof.
Let's take a look at what else we got.
Look at that.
Wire nuts.
Yep.
This is just a random picture we found online.
Wire nuts and wing nuts.
The reds are my favorite.
Yeah,
reds are so multi-purpose. Like they can do whatever you want, right? Like I can't remember the last time I was like, oh, I'll have 2 14 gauge. I should go find a yellow. You know, like I know the red's gonna work. It's just from years of experience. I don't know if the bag says 2 14s, right?
Yeah,
probably says 2 12s minimum, 2 12s.
I don't know.
There's minimums and maximums, right? Like
I don't ever find a reason to use yellows.
Well, it's because we don't. Because most everything we do is the commercial side or 20 amp. But
yeah, if you're doing some small, 16 gauge or 14 gauge inside of a light fixture or something, and it's a lot smaller than what a red can handle, I just use oranges. Oranges or blues.
I'm like, what does Google say? 2 18 gauge wires up to the maximum of 4 14 gauge wires. Not one mention of number 12 on a yellow. Blues. You know what really drives me insane is like
those small blues. Obviously, there's 2 blues. That's the small
right.
ones,
well, I mean, you can use those in like fixture wires. Yeah. is when you have a wing nut, you know, these guys are, most of your wire nuts are rated to twist. And what that means is you could take your wires straight like this, put your wire nut over it, and it will twist that wire.
Yep.
Um,
Around itself.
around
make a good
itself.
connection.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you don't, old school, you twist it all with your linemen's and then put your nut on. Well, even before that, there wasn't a nut. You just twist it all with your linemen's, tape it up, and be done, right? But like wire nuts are rated to twist. Now they have these tools. People are using these tools.
Oh my gosh.
It's not even, more so I saw them on a twirly, where they have a twirly with a wire nut twister.
Oh yeah.
Like what's the, I don't, and then you see them with the drills.
Oh, the fucking drills, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys doing? Just like, just fucking spinning all that
Dude.
wire all the way. Like,
I went to this house. It's not even built yet. This guy wants to add like 24 cans. I go, can I ask you a question? Why didn't you use the builder and their electrician? He's like, well, they wanted, you know, like $500 a can to add after, like, as an upgrade from the spec. I'm like, that's fucking robbery. It's robbery. Not to mention, he goes, and look around, Josh. And I was looking around, and he's like, I don't really want them doing anything more in my house. It's a brand new build, paying
Right.
$700,000 for it, and it looks like they
mediocre.
Like, dude,
like
it's not
yeah.
great, right? Like, but one of the switch boxes was open, and it was somebody had used the drills.
Yeah.
And it was like this long, and that was the whole thing was fucking twisted. All of them, they're all twisted. Like these guys don't ever plan on coming back to do it. Like they don't even know what they're doing. They don't have any idea what they're causing. They think they're doing a good job.
Twisting that wire that far back, you're not doing anything. It's not doing anything.
Oh no, it's gonna make it to where it doesn't come
Literally
undone.
just no. Fuck. Like 2 twists, 3 twists will make it so that it doesn't come undone. The other 15 twists, you're just making it harder to pull apart when somebody has to service something.
Right.
Like, there's no reason. For
Which
it.
is how many? I mean, there's been a few times where I've been called out on, and I open the box and those wires are twisted, and then I undo it, and
you got
they're
the
like
one.
one's sticking up like this, and the other one's down here, like, and you're like, oh, that's the problem. But it's gonna take me a half an hour to untwist these,
Yeah.
so I can get to it to bring it up.
Yeah, how about the one where it pops out the top? They tightened it so much and they didn't have it right in the first place, and then it pops. You see the
Like,
little white,
just-
and then at some point it just
Yep.
pop.
You just cut it off at the top, untwist it. It's like, what a fucking nightmare, though. Like, that's how you get forearm muscles. Like, that's how, like, what? My thumbs hurt.
You shake an
I had to
electrician.
twist
Why
too
are your
many.
hands so soft? Like, you never twisted a wire nut in your life? Like,
I don't know about you, but like, when coming up in this trade, it was like a contest to see who could shake a man's hand harder. Sonny.
right at, when I started, it was like right at the start of when these things started becoming like twist rated, right? So you could use this, but it was still like, who's gonna fucking use their lineman and do it the right way, right? It was the right way back then.
I mean, yeah, I used to twist everything. I used to twist everything. Then I got tired of that. Oh, your favorite.
Oh.
This is also a serviceable nightmare. What do you call those, Marcus?
Wagos.
Are those Wagos?
I think so.
Trick question.
I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
so.
yes, we call them Wagos, but
we call
Wago
them
is a
Wagos.
brand like
Wago's yeah,
like Formica
or like
or
Kleenex.
Xerox.
Yeah.
You know, like all of those things that it's a term that's referred to a product, but it's like the brand one. It's a brand.
Yeah.
Like we call them Wagos, but it's not. Might
It's
be
just a stab in.
might be. I don't
connector.
even know what brand it is. Might be an Ideal, but who knows? But yeah, it's just a push-in wire nut.
Yep.
It's got a little copper tab in there. And you push it in,
Spring-loaded.
spring, and then it sticks and can't come pull out. Like, it's a service nightmare. Like, when you need to come and fix or add things, you can't get it.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. Every time you cut one off, it
Then you
gets
gotta cut it off.
that much shorter.
Yeah.
Every time. But we use them in like light fixtures where there's plenty of wire.
Only time.
There's plenty of wire. Like,
I've also seen a ton of them burned up, like with the connections not being good enough. Like, so I just try not to use them. Only time is in wire or in light fixtures.
right?
Terminal block.
Yeah. power distribution block, right? PDB terminal block. And these go all the way too, right? So these, you can get these in tiny gauge all the way up to
Yeah, it's almost what this
1,000
is, right?
MCM or bigger.
Just
Right.
same kind of connector.
It's a mechanical lug.
Yeah, mechanical lug. But that's a big dog.
Here's a big dog. Oh, well, that's all we got. That's all I put in there. Boop, boop, boop.
Thanks for watching.
If you're going to use a mechanical lug, make sure that shit is tightened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's good enough for today. I mean, wire connections, we can just go on and on and on, but we don't have enough memory space in our SD card to shoot this one last podcast today. Okay, bye.